Hey, Destiny, there weren't many official decisions made in today's hearing as it was mainly procedural. However, one of the biggest questions that people were asking was answered, and that's the timeline for this retrial. As of today, April 5th, 2027 will be the tentative retrial date for Alex Murdaugh's double murder retrial. Murdaugh, accused of killing his wife Maggie and son Paul in 2021, seemed expressionless for much of the hearing, only nodding occasionally. However, he did smile as he entered the courtroom. That courtroom packed with media and spectators, some who say they arrived in Lexington as early as 5 a.m. this morning to be in that room. The hearing only lasted about an hour, with Judge Deborah McCaslin presiding, and much of the discussion was procedural, with plans for the retrial and upcoming pretrial hearings. The first topic was evidence. Judge McCaslin asked if all discovery was complete and asked specifically if there was access to phone records, video recordings, ballistics, toxicology, fingerprints, and blood splatter. The defense claimed that there was more evidence that law enforcement hadn't provided in the original trial. Attorney Dick Harpootlian citing a TV interview with a member of law enforcement. There was also a motion from the defense saying that Murdaugh should not be in court with shackles and a jumpsuit like he was today, claiming that that could taint the image of Murdaugh to any potential jurors. The state argues that Murdaugh, it's his fault that he is currently serving decades in prison for financial crimes that he had committed. And finally, there was a motion that was discussed about a change of venue, changing the retrial from the original trial location in Colleton County. However, there was not a decision made on that. We are told that that will be discussed in the April 14th pretrial hearing. Coming up later tonight, you're going to hear directly from the lawyers, the defense, the judge on WYFF News 4. You can stick around. Find more information online right now at WYFF4.com. Reporting in Lexington County, Nate Stanley, WYFF News 4.
Thank you, Nate. Murdaugh's return to the spotlight comes after an appeal to the state Supreme Court in May, where his lawyers fought for a new trial in his murder convictions. The decision for a retrial was granted in response to the conduct of the Colleton County clerk in his first trial. Regardless of the outcome of the new trial, Murdaugh is not expected to be released from prison anytime soon. You can read more about Alex Murdaugh's history and rewatch previous coverage right now on WYFF4.com.